Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for coming back and continuing to watch and support my channel. Today, I am going to do a what sold video. We have almost $900 going out on a Friday on eBay. Also over $150 on Mercari. Almost $150 on Facebook Marketplace. And we also have a Poshmark sale, so let's take a look. All right, I would actually like to start off with a few items that went out yesterday because I think they are great bolos, which are items that you should be on the lookout for that you can sell for a good profit. First up, I believe this picture was a Blanco picture. It is a teal colored picture. I got it in an auction lot. I paid less than $5 for it. It sold in 2 months for $34.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $49.99 all in on that. And then we also had somebody buy 4 of our glove dryers. I will pop a picture up. And these 4 glove dryers actually almost put us into profit for the whole pallet, which is amazing. We've sold a couple of others as well. For the 4 of these, they paid $60 plus shipping. They were $84.68 all in. And I got a pallet of glove dryers for just under $100, and there were over 100, so I was less than $4 into that. Will be about a $50 profit and make the pallet almost in profit. We also sold a Sacroot purse and a vintage Mickey Mouse pillowcase. That went out to a viewer. It went out to Amy. So Amy, I greatly appreciate your comment. Amy said, "Hi Kat, I really love your channel. It's interesting to see and learn about such a great variety of interesting items. You have been a wonderful gift during this time. Your creativity, your sourcing skills, talent for videography, and mom nurse entrepreneur energy." So Amy, I really appreciate that compliment. I really do appreciate you watching, and I appreciate your purchase. Thank you so much. I also want to say thanks. That reminded me, the viewer purchase. DLJ from PA, Dale, bought me a coffee, as well as Beth Pickendorda Peaches during the premiere of my last video. So I appreciate you guys clicking that buy me a coffee link, and I actually used the money from the buy me a coffee. I know it was bad I didn't get a coffee. Bought an air conditioner for the shed, which is really exciting. We are in Florida. It is almost 90 degrees outside today, which is crazy because 2 days ago the high was in the 60s. That is Florida for you. So thank you guys so much for buying me a coffee, aka buying me a air conditioner for my shed. Not totally, but you helped. Thank you. I also sold, this is a little 9-inch television that had a DVD player. I got this for $20 at a garage sale, and it sold for $99.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $171.44 all in. You see these little TVs with the DVD players, even without the box, they are great bolos. They sell for good money, so definitely keep your eye out. Look up the model number. It is on the back. See what they're selling for, and if you can get them for 10 to 20 bucks, most times they are great pickups. Up next, this item was not a big name brand. It was signed McNeil. I actually believe it was a studio pottery piece. It was a 10-inch purple ceramic skillet. It just looked really cool, and I got it at a garage sale. I paid less than $5. It sold for $40 plus shipping. The buyer was $62.44 all in on that. And the last item I'm going to show you, there were quite a few more. Our sales were over $700 on a Wednesday, over $600 yesterday. But some of these smaller ones I am going to leave out because I want to show you what's going out today that I can show you physically. So this next item was a Yadro. That is L-L-A-D-R-O. This was a chatting girl on a telephone. I got this from an online auction. I did pay up. I paid $60 for this, but I was able to look it up, research it, see what it was selling for before bidding on it, which is one of the reasons I love online auctions. This one sold for $135 plus shipping. The buyer was $174 all in. So we are right at $100 profit on that, and it sold in less than a month, which is great. So let's get to what is going out today. First, I'm going to show you, this was a Facebook Marketplace sale, but it was actually a combination. You see there are lots of cups. I had these listed in different lots, and I split them into lots of 6. So there are a couple, these are all star patterns. And then on the smaller, there are these little different drink Coca-Cola, have a Coke, and some more of the Starburst patterns. So I had a total of 72 Coke cups. I also had Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper cups are worth a lot more. I sold the 6 last week for $30, and these were listed at like $15 for a set of 6. And then I also had these Coke twist off caps. These are vintage as well. They are never used. So I have 125 of these. And the buyer wrote me and asked me how much I would take for all of them. And what I did was calculate it all up. It ended up at $200. She told me that she could only spend $100, including shipping. That was just all her budget allowed. And I'm already in the profit. The $30 on the Dr. Pepper cupper. Okay. The profit from the Dr. Pepper cups that I sold last week made this lot in the profit. So anything I make on these cups is purely profit. And the Dr. Pepper cups are the ones that are worth the most. So since she only wanted Coke, not Dr. Pepper, the price was $200. And what I did was I told her if she could pay $100 plus shipping, I would give her all of them. And she was thinking she wouldn't get that much. She was happy. She sent a PayPal payment. She was actually so happy she sent a PayPal payment, friends and family, so I had no fees. So this is a flat out over $100 profit minus whatever shipping cost. And that was a great sale. And that was just talking, chatting on Facebook, and a little bit of negotiation. And I'm glad to see him go. Next, I'm going to show you guys a few of this stuff, not a lot. This is all going out to Becca Davis. So Becca, thank you for your purchases. Becca is one of my members. I've been posting lots to my members only because I'm going through moving the inventory out to the shed. I am going to show you guys the shipping shelf in the shed at the end of this, so stay tuned for that. And today I'm hoping to move some stuff out. So I had this big lot of these really cool, they're made in Japan pot rests. They're really, really neat. And I knew they were made in Japan because they are stamped. And now on some of them you couldn't read it, but on a lot of them you could. There were also really cool like crochet pot holders. And yeah, so Becca snapped up this lot. She also snapped, sorry, I know these bags are loud. She also snapped up this bag of vintage ties. The ties, some of them I think are from like the 50s and 60s, and I think those should sell really well. A lot of men's ties don't, but when you get into the ones from the 50s and 60s that are branded, then there can be money there. I did not look those up. I just don't have the time. So a lot of this I'm trying to just move out to make room, get everything out of the house into the shed, and then I will start sourcing and going crazy again. So I also, and Becca did not buy this, but I'm sending it to her because she bought so many lots. This is a bunch of vintage fabric, and I'm not sure if there's value here. I feel like there is because this is like more than a yard or two of each pattern. And then she also got, and I'll just show you guys a few, a bunch of USPS vintage buttons. So these are from like the 80s and 90s, I believe. So they're pretty much all vintage. And yeah, so Becca snapped up every lot. She was really fast, and I'm going to get those out to you today. Becca, I am sorry for the delay. I did work 2 12-hour shifts the last 2 days. So today's first chance I've had to get those out to you. Next, this is going out on eBay. It is a vintage Massachusetts license plate. This one sold for $9.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $15.56 all in. They actually offered me $5, and I'm like, it's $10, which is a good price. My sale is on, and it actually kind of irritated me. So After I declined their offer, I went and turned best offer off, only on that item. And they bought it for full price. So buyers $15.56. Then we have another of the Precision Extra glucose meters going out for $29.99. I'm ready for these things to be gone. Unfortunately, because they're older, some of the batteries have been dead in the box. So I've had a couple of mad buyers at me. So getting an offer on Facebook Marketplace. On Facebook, I will tell you I have offers off because people are horrible about lowballing on Facebook. So they can't send me an offer that somebody is messaging me. I might or might not take his offer. He's offering on something that has been less than an hour though. So I might or might. Next, these sold over on Mercari. These are actually just some vintage gingham ruffled pillowcases. So I took a day, I had a ton of linen, I laid it all out on my bed, posted it all up, and a few of them have already sold. I sold a bed skirt for $50, but they haven't paid yet. So you are not going to see that today. You might in the next one. So these are just 2 pillowcases. They were not branded. They sold for $9 plus shipping over on Mercari. I will tell you guys, Mercari has surprised me this week. There's over $150 going out, and that is quite a bit from Mercari for me. So I'm very pleased with that. Up next is another Mercari sale. This is a vintage. I'm so used to saying vintage. This is not a vintage shirt. It's just a Nike golf shirt, and it's just a pink stripe. It's a very nice shirt. I got it at the thrift store for $1. It sold for $10 plus shipping on Mercari, so we'll make about a $8 profit on that. Up next, I'm not going to lift it up. This is really big. It's actually about 20 inches tall. I will put it up there. This is a Stat 3 G3 backpack for EMSs and EMTs, also for paramedics. I did get this at a medical overstock auction. I turned out to kind of a bad buy. I have 2 more. They have been sitting here for over 6 months. This one sold for a best offer of $130 free shipping. Shipping's gonna be about $25 because it is a little bit bigger, and I paid $50, and probably shouldn't have. I probably should have stopped at like $30 to $40 because they're sitting here because nobody wants to pay that much. So with these backpacks, they're newer models, so everybody's wanting the newer models, and the older ones are kind of sitting. So I didn't look up specifics on the models when I comped my prices, and I'm paying for it. So I have had some lower offers. I have declined. I don't want to lose money. I'm okay with them sitting there a little bit longer. And with this one, we will probably make about a $40 profit, but it's big. It took up a lot of space and it took a while to sell. So when you are comping items that have newer models, make sure you're comparing to the model that you have. Up next, I will show you another Mercari item. This is a little bitty bisque baby. I don't know about bisque, but I'm learning because I bought this tray that had tons of bisque items. So this baby moves, which you, for your description, put articulated. It's got like the little strings through it. I knew it was called articulated because I had a tack. So this tray lot was from an antique store that was going out of business. And it actually, I didn't even see this, and I might have kicked myself in the butt for not, but this baby is marked. It's really hard to see right there, but it says Grace's Platinum, Germany. So I didn't look that up, but the antique store had it priced at $18. I sold it for $18 on Mercari plus shipping. I didn't even pay that much for the whole tray. So this will be about a $15 profit for us. Up next, this is a 1950s teacup. Most of the overall prints, like where it's everywhere, are really good, especially if there's something inside. There is not in this one, but this I got in the Shop Goodwill lot. I paid about $5 for it. It sold for $24.99 plus shipping. The buyer's $40.60 in. And this one is Royal Winton, and the plate is cracked, and I did take really good photos to show that. It has been split in half and repaired, so we'll have to really be careful when packing. Up next, this is a little bitty, the story of the marketplace from Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is from 1964. Paid less than $1 in a ephemera lot. This one sold for $7.50 plus shipping. The buyer's $12.40 all in. Next is a Poshmark sale. So I'm not going to unfold it, but this is a Mickey Mouse throw. I actually got this at Goodwill for $4.99. There are some stains. I did point that out. It's still sold for $25 plus shipping on Poshmark, and I only paid $4.99. So about a $17 profit on this. Throw blankets are easy to photograph. Just throw them either on your bed or on the floor. Use a background eraser, and they ship out in poly bags. Next is the only Facebook sale that is going out today. This Dalton loves this thing. This is actually Custard Glass, and this glows under the black light. I will throw a picture up so you guys can see. And this is hand painted and signed. And I actually got this at the flea market for $5. It sold for $25 plus shipping on Facebook, and it'll be about an $18 profit on that. So watch for this colored glass. This is custard. It will glow under the black light, and having it hand painted and signed definitely adds to the value. So this was a great sale. Crazy thing is, I tried to auction this at $20 on eBay, got no bids, reposted it, listed it at $25, and it sold on Facebook. So the thing with all of these different platforms is you're reaching different types of buyers. Some are not on eBay, some might not be on Poshmark, and vice versa. Like that went up on Facebook and sold almost immediately, where on eBay had been sitting for a while. This is a really cool vase. It's a pottery vase, and I love it. It is a marked kibbutz pottery. It was made in Israel. Not too big, as you see. And this one sold for $28 plus shipping. I don't have a total here, so I think it is going international. So the buyer's probably over $50 all in. So this is like almost like a mix of matte and shiny, and then the inside has a shiny glaze, but pretty cool piece. And I paid $5 for that, so that's a $20. Next, this will not fit on my head. It looks like it's fitting, but it's not fitting. My head is too big for this hat. This hat I paid less than 50 cents for. It sold for $6.50 plus shipping. The buyer is $16.54 all in. I put vintage Scottish beret flannel, and it was made in Scotland. Up next, this is Attitudes by Renee. This was on a pallet. I would not pick up this brand, and I've sold like 2 of these in over a year. This is the second one. I paid a couple bucks in a QVC pallet lot. It's got like the little scoop neck. This ties into a bow, and then it's got like the cutout on the shoulders. This one sold for $10.12 plus shipping. The buyer's $16.91. We will make about $8. I would not have bought this had I been sourcing, but it came on a pallet that I bought. Up next, this is a Mango's Restaurant hat from Abacos, Bahamas. I paid $2 for it in an online auction lot. Sold for $18 free shipping, and we will make over a $10 profit on that. And it is brand new. If you see my cardboard. So it's gear for sports and not a horrible profit. I like selling hats. I like listing hats, and they are really easy to ship. We use 8x6x4 boxes. I know some people ship them in polys, but we do not want to take a chance of the hat getting bent up and messed up, and we choose to ship them in boxes. Up next, this is a little vintage Wedgewood cup and saucer. And this I paid about $4 for in the same lot of 2 items I'm going to show you that sold for $100. This one sold for $26.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $41.97 all in. And Wedgewood, this is Jasperware. You can see the mark there. Keep an eye out for that, made in England, because I sold a little trinket box for good money last week, and these are definitely something to keep an eye on. Another hat. I don't know if it's not on my head, but I don't want to adjust it. This is a new tags NASCAR Daytona 500 2016 hat. Paid less than $1. Sold for $7 plus shipping. Buyers $13.38 all in. Every time I do that for you guys. That's my head. Next are some bras. This is the Anybody Seamless. These are really comfortable. These I got in a QVC palette. They have sold kind of slow. We have some left. And this one sold for $12.15, free shipping. Shipping will be about $3 and we'll make about a $5 profit on that. Next, this is a vintage moss rose teapot. This was made in Japan. If you see there, it is musical. So when you're lifting the teapot up and pouring some tea, it plays music. If you set it down, the music stops. This one's lid was destroyed, it looks like, and it was cracked, it was repaired. So I priced lower than others of the same teapot because of the damage to the lid. So it still sold for $24.99 plus shipping. The buyer was $39.99 all in. That was in a tray lot for me, and I only paid a couple bucks for it, and it will be a $20 up. Next, I'm going to show you the items that were in the tray lot with that Wedgewood. These both sold for $51 each. This is $102 total. 2 different buyers on Mercari, sold in less than a couple days. These were also put up on auction on eBay with no bids. I did start them at $49.99 because I felt they were worth $50 each. They are tiny, and you can keep an eye out for these. So this is the first one, and this glass pattern is called Millefiore. Beautiful. If you look at that handle, the color in the handle is just beautiful. There is your bottom. And this one, the handle has the gold paint. This one's really stretched, which is pretty cool. Again, Millefiore. There's your bottom. They are not marked. And I paid about $5 for those each in a lot. $51 each, over $40 profit. So 80 bucks in profit in these little jars. On Mercari nonetheless, which is what caught me off guard because I haven't really sold that many expensive glass for eBay. And then I am, well, not last for eBay because I saved the biggest item for last. But last for me sitting down showing you is this Pyrex. This is amethyst color. I paid a couple dollars for this in a lot, sold for $18 plus shipping. The buyer's $32.65 all in. There's your Pyrex marking. So if you can get these for $1 or $2, I think it's worth it for a $15 profit. They're not super hard to ship and sold in a couple months, so not too bad. I sold this turkey. This is a turkey butter dish. I had this in the trunk of my car for several months. Trunk of the car, and I didn't list it. And again, as I tell you guys all the time, if it is not listed, it cannot sell. So he did have a chip on his tail. I did show that. This is otajiri. There is your marking. And this guy sold over on Mercari for $14 plus shipping. I paid less than $1 for him at a garage sale, so can't sell it if it's not listed. And if it has flaws, it will still sell, but you need to notate it and take it into account when you're pricing. So we are going to go on a little field trip, and I'm going to show you the last thing. All right, guys, so the last thing is hanging on my kitchen wall. That is a full-size ironing board, and if you see, I've got this big box here. I will show you guys how I'm going to pack it. It's longer than this box, so what I am thinking is I will put it in the box, and then on this end I will cut a hole here for that smaller end there. I'm kind of sad because this is a really pretty piece. It sold for $300 plus shipping. The buyer's $357 all in. I did pay $60 for this on an auction. I was really sad. I actually forgot to bid on the other one and only went for $20, and it had a mountain scene. So I have my kitchen table. This is my pretty boxes here, and luckily I have room on the kitchen table since I cleaned stuff out and moved it out to the shed. And I will show you guys as I go. I will layer a couple of layers of big bubble wrap on the bottom before putting it in. cutting my hole, and then I will put a box over this end to cover that. So yeah. All right, so first I put, this is a double layer. There are 2 layers of the big bubble wrap, and I'm gonna sit this on top of this box so I can figure out how much is gonna overlap and how wide I need to cut my little hole. All right, so I have estimated this hole. We'll see how good I am here in a second. My helper is here. All right, so I underestimated a little bit, but all I did was cut this flap out to make it fit. And then what we'll do is put a box over this and bubble wrap this, and then it'll just stick out of the end of this box. So it is in here now, as you see, and I will fill the sides with bubble wrap, and then I will actually cut this box down, because when you have a box this big, your measurements really matter a lot. All right, so I put bubble wrap around this, and then now I'm cutting these sides down to make this box shorter. All right, so this is a box my poly mailers just came in, so I took my poly mailers out. Now I'm going to see if I can slide this over the end of that. Everything else is cut down and taped up. It is done. So now I have to measure it. So it's basically just, this box was big and cut down, and then 2 boxes. I did leave the cardboard excess on the other one because I wanted double cardboard to protect the painting, because the painting is on this side. So this will turn over and be the bottom. And you can see here there was a gap from where I put this box, so I just folded cardboard over to reinforce those corners. Yeah, so we'll see how much it costs to ship, and I'll pop it up on the screen.